Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to listen up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Listen Up. It's been a little while since our last video. I'm sure you also noticed Phil is not with me today. He is away, unfortunately. So, Phil, hope you're having a good time, and I know you'll be watching this one when you get the time to watch it. And we also haven't been on since Phil had his birthday. So, if you would drop a belated happy birthday in the comments, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to try to be posting a little bit more here as we're getting closer to opening night in the season, which is what I wanted to talk about with you guys a little bit today. We've kind of hit a low point in terms of the news for the UConn Huskies. It's been a very long off season, but I thought it would be good to come on and talk about how we are 100 days to opening night on November 3rd. A little bit less now, but about 100 days away. It's also been a little over 100 days since we saw our Huskies become 12-time national champions. Now, there's a lot of different storylines to follow. Perhaps the biggest one in terms of our Huskies being if UConn can repeat as national champions. It seems to me that the Huskies still have the best overall roster, even with the departure of Paige Beckers as well as Albert Griffin and Caitlin Chen. We saw very positive signs from the summer workouts, and the ladies seem motivated to run it back and win another one. But are there any teams that can stand in the way of UConn repeating? It's unclear whether USC superstar guard Juju Watkins will play at all this year after suffering a torn ACL in the Trojans' second round win in March Madness. So that may put a damper on the Trojans' hopes of reaching a Final Four this season. Now, runner-up South Carolina and Dawn Staley looks to continue building their dynasty after UConn finally got the upper edge in the national championship. Now, the Gamecocks did lose three big players, but they are bringing in the leading scorer from last season, Tania Latson from Florida State, and of course South Carolina has plenty of depth on their bench, and they still have some studs in the starting lineup. But can they make it out of a tough SEC and make it to yet another final national championship appearance? Texas, Oklahoma, the newcomers in the SEC from last year, and LSU, who rebuilt a little bit throughout this offseason, brought in a couple ladies. They're going to be tough out, so it's going to certainly be another tough SEC. Notre Dame and UCLA are the other intriguing teams, in my opinion, to watch. They both suffered losses in the transfer portal, an overwhelming amount of players, I would say, but they still hope to build off of a strong March Madness run from last year. So definitely a lot of teams and players to watch out for. There could be a couple surprises, but in my opinion, we're going to see a lot of the same teams from that Elite Eight last year looking to avenge their losses. But we certainly have a long way to go until that point, and we will head over to the comment section from the last video. But yeah, certainly a couple teams to watch out for. But I think South Carolina is certainly going to be a scary team to look out for, trying to avenge their national championship loss and continue their dynasty. But we'll head over to the comments section from the last video. We'll go to Just Me. They said, "Hello, Phil and Rye. I appreciate all of your updates. I didn't know about the ESPY awards. UConn definitely deserved to be nominated. They went through the NCAA tourney like a hot knife going through butter. I think it was the most impressive performance in women's NCAA tournament history." Well, appreciate the comment. It certainly, I think it was up there for one of the best runs. Certainly, when you factor in all the troubles that they had the previous seasons, just battling through everything, every obstacle, had to have a game postponed because we didn't have enough players the previous season to play. So, it was so many things that this team went through, especially during the Paige Beckers era. The lack of the amount of games where Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd were on the floor at the same time. Very underwhelming amount of games. We certainly thought we would see them on the floor in the starting lineup for almost all 4 years. Of course, that was the hope, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. But fortunately for us and the team and all the coaches, it finally all came together, certainly with the help of a couple rookies we had come in and Caitlin Chin in the transfer portal. Everything just came together. It was a perfect time for the Huskies, and it certainly was quite a fun ride the Huskies went on last year. Last comment we'll go to from Jason D'Amico. He said, "Congrats to the Huskies. To see Paige and Co's dreams come true was truly inspiring. What a year it was. P.S. Your thumbnail melted my monitor. I'll send my bill in the mail. Peace." So we appreciate it, Jason. Yeah, it truly was inspiring. I still look back on that moment where UConn built a sizable lead. We thought it would be a closer game, but UConn definitely asserted their dominance in that game. And when Gino took the starters off the court and Paige Beckers come off the court, we could just see the emotions rolling, and that truly was an inspiring moment because you just realized, all that hard work, the obstacles and injuries Paige had to go through, along with all of her teammates. In that moment, they realized that they finally did it. They finally conquered their dreams of becoming national champions. So, we'll continue to savor that for as long as we can before the new season starts here in about 100 days. So with that, I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll try to post some more videos for you guys. I know it's kind of been a slow, long off season, but we're approaching the end of July here already. About to get into August, so hopefully we get a little bit more news rolling in. But with that, this has been Rye on Listen Up. Appreciate you guys as always, and we will see you guys very soon. And Phil will be back on with me. So with that, peace out, guys. Appreciate you.